Hey guys, what is up? Sam or Scorpiola here, bringing you guys another video, this time talking about how perk modifiers work inside of Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now pretty much, as you may see, on your creator class section you have your 4 god statues or perk machines if you're in the Ether storyline, and pretty much whatever perk you bind to each of these slots will appear in game. When you buy from that machine, you'll get that perk. Now you may have noticed that by the 4th perk it says Modifier. This is because whichever perk you put in that 4th slot matters, and that perk and what you buy from that machine will have a whole extra buff to it that will make that perk even better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down each perk and what their modifier is, and generally talk about the best option to be running. Obviously you're going to unlock perks as you level up. So yeah, let's get right into this, starting with Time Slip. So Time Slip normally is equipment cooldown rate increased, mystery box and pack-a-punch weapons appear faster, greatly reduced trap and fast travel cooldown. So pretty much everything cools down a bit quicker. This is in terms of your grenades regenerating, in terms of your weapons appearing faster out machines, and in terms of how fast you can reactivate things. And it also adds another thing where your specialist weapon is going to recharge faster and your elixirs will recharge faster. Nifty little thing here if you're finding that specialist weapon good and you're using it a lot. I'd say it's pretty damn good for Time Slip. Then moving on to Quick Revive. As you know, Quick Revive normally, actually the thing in solo about reviving yourself is now gone, and that happens by default. What this will do is it will mean you regen health faster, and also there's less delay to regen, and also you revive players faster as normal. And the boost you get is after you start regenning, you'll gain a movement speed, and also after reviving, both players will go to full health and then they can move faster, I guess, to get away from a situation. It's nice for players, I think, this who are trying, pull off a clutch so that you can take those hits and then just be immediately back to full health and not just be dead. Next up we have Death Perception, which is see nearby enemies through walls, receive screen indicators when enemies approach the player from off screen. This sounds really obnoxious, but honestly it's not. It's very nearby and it's more for when you're trying to pull off things with boss zombies, I'd say. This perk I wouldn't say is awfully great, but its modifier would be deal increased damage to special enemy weak spots, which does make it a bit better, honestly, compared to its normal, fairly bad self. Stamina Up normally provides increased movement and sprint speed, and your stamina regenerating faster. When you put on the modifier, this is probably going to be the one I run a lot. It turns you to unlimited sprint, and you can shoot while sprinting. I love this feature, honestly. I love unlimited sprint. I love that about World War II. I'll run that for sure. Next up we have Electric Bust. Reloading causes electric discharge that damages and stuns enemies. The more empty the mag, the stronger the damage. Now this is Electric Cherry pretty much. And this is the interesting one. Reloading stores an electric charge on the player's melee weapon, and then the next melee weapon empowers the next melee attack empowers the weapon to shock enemies for a long time. So I guess you can shock enemies with that melee. That'll be pretty cool. And if you emptied reload with an empty magazine, then well, you're going to do more damage. Next thing is Dying Wish, which pretty much means when you're about to die, you enter Berserk mode for 9 seconds, where you have infinite health, you're invulnerable, and your melee damage is increased, so you can clear the area pretty much. And then, but normally afterwards you're left with 1 health, and after that there's a cooldown, and pretty much instead of having 1 health you're full, so you're a lot safer with this. Stone Cold Stronghold. Stand your ground creates a defensive circle which boosts damage and armor over time while inside. And pretty much the change here is enemies killed inside the defensive circle also boost armor and damage. So next up here on Victorious Tortoise we have Shield. Shields block damage from all directions when held. I believe this is only when you actually hold them out. Credit, by the way, to Evil Knife Monkey, who will be linked down below, for bringing me all these screenshots, super helpful. When a shield breaks, it will trigger a defensive explosion. Shield bash attacks can knock down heavy and mini boss enemies. That's a really cool thing to have as your modifier, honestly, I love that. Deadshot Dealer, which is your new Deadshot Daiquiri. ADSing, that aiming down sight, snaps to the enemy's head. Reduced hip spread and recoil when firing. Hopefully, we don't know exactly how this works yet, but hopefully it works like Dead I Do drops from my W, and it literally zeroes out recoil. And this will pretty much gain a damage boost when you're on the headshot streak, so keep getting headshots and your damage will gradually get higher. Bandolier Bandit is normally just you have increased ammo pretty much, and when you get the modifier, it's refill ammo from stowed weapons from ammo stock over time. So I think this means if you have a weapon in your alternate which is empty, it will, over time, you'll pull it back out and it'll be full ammo. Winter's Well, this is pretty much Widow's Wine. When hit by a melee attack, generate a frost explosion that will freeze or slow nearby enemies. You can store 2 charges. And pretty much the difference is with the modifier, it triggers a field around you for a small time which will slow enemies, and you also get an additional charge, 3 charges. That's pretty cool. Mule-Kick, this actually makes Mule-Kick good. You carry an additional primary weapon normally, right? With the modifier, not only do you also switch weapons faster, but that additional weapon will be saved. So if you go down and you lose Mule-Kick and you lose that perk, you then go and rebuy that perk. You'll have your weapon back. I think that's really cool. Finally, we have PhD Slide, the one you've all been waiting for. Slide to build up a charge. Once fully charged, slide into an enemy to trigger an explosion. Gain resistance to explosive damage. And the modifier is you can slide further, and you have trap immunity while sliding, so I guess you can slide through like blade traps and stuff that would normally kill you. Increased explosion damage when entering a slide from greater heights. So overall, this is a really cool feature. I love that they've added this. I can't wait to see more. Hopefully they'll have more perks throughout the season. I really love this, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Can't wait to get in game. I'll be bringing you guys streams, videos all weekend long. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you on more Black Ops 4 Zombies. Peace!